Hey, what's up guys? A new Giant Prince deck has galloped into the game, capable of trampling any matchup it plays into. For the longest time, Giant Prince decks would get delayed by bait and obliterated by Goblin Barrel. But by combining Dagger Duchess with units on defense, you're able to defend minimally and immediately get counterpushed by dropping a Giant directly in front. When you use cards like Lumberjack, Prince, and Bomber that can counterpush, and don't defend with buildings or spells that stay on your side of the map, the opponent will be down their elixir from their win condition, and with that elixir disadvantage, they're forced to defend a charging Prince, a raged up push from their Lumberjack, or lightning to break through buildings and high damage units like Archer Queen. Makes the game more problematic for opponents and allows you to beat matchups that you wouldn't be able to beat in standard situations with Giant Prince. As long as you're not silly, cycling a Mega Man in the back first play, enabling your opponent to go Lumberjack Balloon other side, this deck can beat anything in the game, which is not something you can say about most beatdown decks, especially Giant Prince. And by the way, the most magically satisfying moment that you'll ever see with this deck is when your opponent stacks up an Electro Dragon, ready to stun and stop your Giant Prince. You lightning it away, and then they pay in the form of losing their tower immediately. This deck has a permanent presence at the top. It's time to lance our opponents down and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. And lots of Prince love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag, making all the high front videos possible. Yo, we're matching into a ranked 62 player in the world. Let's go. He's given us the heart, and I hope I can be a little bit heartless here, playing our absolute best with a very good deck. I'm gonna go for a Bomber in the back and then hopefully encourage the guy to go and spam directly into a Prince, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. So the downside of this matchup for me, it looks like if we're matching into this, if we just let the Bomber go by itself, it's gonna be wrecked. I think I need to go in for this and try to bait out the Royal Delivery on the right side if he's running the deck that I thought he is, and he is. Then I'm gonna Lumberjack afterward, and we have dual lane pressure rolling, which is awesome because then he can't just simply distract everything with skeletons super easily. He's gonna have to pick which side he wants to drop the skeletons, and look at the damage. I'm gonna zap the left because I expect the Prince to get extra damage then. Yes, another hit for 2 elixir is always worth it. So the dual lane pressure pairing our Bomber with the Giant made sure that he had a Royal Delivery there, but if he was able to Royal Delivery kill the Bomber and then distract the Prince with the Royal Delivery, that would have been a very bad situation for me. Also, since we've identified that he's running Archer Queen Royal Hog stack and he's a really good player, I'm hoping that we can bait an Archer Queen on the left so I can lightning it. Please do it. Nah, he's too good. He's too good with it. He's too clean with it. Smart player, smart player. So I would like to lightning that, but also at the same time, it is a bit risky. Skeletons are going to be forfeited, so that is always nice. We'll see what we can do. If I cycle a Giant, is that going to be our best possible answer? I think so, because it will kill the Queen with our tower, and then maybe the Prince? Oh, come on. Giant still gives us counter push, so there's a chance. Oh my goodness. Evolved Skeletons are so toxic. We're trying to get his elixir relatively low so then he's not able to do anything fancy to me. And I'm going to try to cycle the majority of our stuff on the left side because he's so freaking good. I was holding my Bomber and my high attack speed Lumberjack because they're going to be our best answers to deal with his Royal Hogs, especially the Bomber. We're hoping that the stuff separates enough so then the Bomber stays alive. That would be awesome. The Lumberjack evolution, despite it being at a little bit of health, it's still going to be a big problem for our opponent because that thing will lock on a tower. He's got to go in for more elixir with the skeletons. And the Bomber splashes onto the skeletons too. That is what we're looking about for value. And I think I'm going to try to lightning on this. This is super aggro, but if the Giant just goes directly towards the tower, even if we're taking a bad trade, since we're up elixir already on the defense to offense, I feel like it's worthwhile. So if you're up enough, you can do things that you shouldn't be allowed to. So for instance, if he goes Royal Hogs into a Bomber, it's going to be a -3 trade. If we compound those negative trades for our opponent each time, then we're going to be up enough elixir to justifiably go in for our own negative trades and punish him. So for rest of the game, I should be good. All I need to do is go in for a lightning on top of Archer Queens, and if he goes in for Royal Hogs, should be able to just go in for an evolved zap to hold everything in place. I love the fact that the Mega Minion flies overhead and is like, hey, I'm not going to be dead to an earthquake or a log. So yeah, really cool win. Glad to be able to beat someone probably a lot better than me at rank 60 in the world. Just because I've played this matchup a lot, I've lost it, and I recognize what works and what doesn't. We got his tower at 1,000 HP too at the end, so man was super struggling there. The evolved Lumberjack plus Lightning would have 3-crowned him too. I always get so proud beating someone a lot better than me. As we bounce up a few ranks, this guy was 62 in the world. We are going to be starting off strong at 7,000 in the world and pushing up a ton today. All right, my man's thinking a ton with the goblins in the banner, and oh, really, Z-Pi. I don't know what that is, man. Are you doing some like mathematical calculation that I don't understand? Is he calculating pi to the 10 millionth digit? I'm not sure. Anyway, We're going to go and use our bomber here. We don't actually have to respond to wall breakers, but the skeleton barrel is a different story. So I'm going to go in for a rage. If you didn't know, rage has a slight delay compared to zap, where zap is actually immediate. Rage takes a little bit of time for the rage to spill. Going to be a royal recruit stack, right? When we see skeleton barrel and wall breakers, especially cycled at the bridge, like this guy has no chill whatsoever. We're trying to activate king tower here, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the firecracker just hits my tower. But the firecracker dies. He's down a lot of elixir. You know what? We might be able to cook. The dagger Dutch is going to be limited on its arsenal of damage as well. I think we want to go in for a mega minion on top of the mega knight. And I definitely want to go in for a zap when the bats get a bit closer to me. So I'm not actually, screw it. We're going to go rage because it enhances our attack speed. So we're going to be able to kill things quicker. I think the zap, even though we're cycling towards the evolution, in that specific situation where I wanted to kill his cards guaranteed and quicker, I think this is better. So the bomber here is going to be a free king tower activation for us. So we're definitely taking that. We could do some other stuff, but I want the king tower activation and I want it now. Also, he doesn't kill the bomber, so maybe it makes sense for us to go and wander through with the prince. Probably not, but that's what we're going to do. I could zap on that, but he's going to go goblin, so just don't want to overcommit. He made the smart play, knowing that I had zap and cycle and that I could have zapped on the bandit, so then the bandit doesn't dash, and then the bandit gets killed in one shot by the prince. All right, zap. Choose you. You're my favorite Pokemon. Then I have rage backdoor on the skeleton barrel. Look at the damage we're accumulating. Hell yeah. We're accumulating and he's staying hating. They see me rolling. They hating. So this is one of those situations where we're up a ton. I don't have to do anything fancy. We've also realized that the guy has Mega Knight and not Royal Recruits. Royal Recruits are way worse because you have Lightning, so you kind of have to get a lot more damage in single elixir, at least in my experience. Or you want to build up a big push and then break through, and it's just harder to do that. So in this matchup, I prefer to go same side. I'd like to go and stack up stuff that he can't necessarily carry very easily. Force our opponent to go to the other side. I said cure. I guess that's a new version of kill. I don't know. I'm getting influenced by this guy's name and his intelligence. I'm trying to come up with my own smart stuff, but I'm not doing it. All right, can we kill the firecracker? No, that sucks. All right, we're gonna go in for a rage and a zap, and we will be able to kill it that way. A little bit rough, didn't want that to happen. But it'd be what it'd be. We're gonna go lumberjack. It's going to hopefully allow us to cycle to the evolution again and then get all of our damage that way. Totally expect him to go in for a Mega Knight, but the Mega Knight will eventually die here. The way I see it is the Mega Knight just cannot break through what we got. We got too much juice. I'm gonna go in for an evolved zap most likely. I think that's gonna be our best way of killing all of his stuff, which really sucks to say because I need to kill these bats and I don't want to do this, but I think I have to. And the wall breakers might connect, so I'm going to go in for a lumberjack afterward. Then I'm going to go bomber. Wait, is this guy just finessing me right now? You know, I don't appreciate this behavior from you, brother. I think we got to start playing better is what I'm trying to say. Maybe I can just go in for this and then win the game with the lightning. Is that the strat? Yeah, just do this. Like lightning, rage, get one giant hit and win the game. That's the strategy, guys. Because he is Dagger Duchess, I forgot about it. He can't stop the giant. Santa Claus delivering the presents of pain, and my man is in disdain as we take the game. Let's go. Identifying positions where you've won the game is extremely important so you can go in for the win without throwing the match. Fortunately, identifying that he had Dagger Duchess, which was extremely weak into giant and beatdown because it loses all of its ammo and then doesn't have the damage left over, let us get a W in a situation that I could have thrown the match if we waited too long. Because having skeleton barrel, wall breakers, and firecracker, it gives him a lot of potential for chip damage, so I had to collect the game before it got too scary. After another W in a row, we pushed all the way up to 5,800 in the world. All right, Joseph has got a ton of 20 wins in the banner, and if he's gonna photosynthesize something crazy right now with this sunlight, I don't want to see a solar beam from him, bro. He's gonna hit hard with something crazy. I can sense it. I'm going to go bomber in the back because it is only 2 elixir, and usually you can get some little bit of information from the opponent if they spam into you. It's a good thing to do. Okay, he's still not cycling something, so I'm going to lumberjack in the back. We have now got up to 6 elixir spent. You have to spend something on me, sir. Okay, could be a similar strategy to us. There's a chance. No, it's not. That's rough. I can't do anything. If I want to go rage and then zap, I could reset the Inferno Dragon. It just doesn't feel worth it because it spends a lot of elixir for us to kill a simple Inferno Dragon. I think it's in my best interest to go for a prince and pull back the Inferno Dragon, make sure it can't target anything that it wants to, and then hover our zap for something else. Yo, you have Electro Dragon in your deck? You're going to elect to be playing one of the slowest and methodical decks in the game, it seems like. It is what it is. It is part of the process to match into people that play this thing. I think I'm just going to zap on it. I could have maybe activated King Tower with a Mega Minion, but I would prefer to save my Mega Minion in case the guy has Balloon because we see Electro Dragon and Inferno Dragon. So, you know, if we fill in the missing pieces of this puzzle, it's probably going to be somewhere either Golem or more likely than not a Lumberjack Balloon deck. So I need to save my only anti-air response if I can. Generally, playing more aggressive in single elixir is going to be ideal here if we can get an advantage at any point in this game. We're forcing the freeze, the lumberjack, and the bowler. That's a lot of elixir spent, and he's going to repent. He will lose his lumberjack for sure. Popping on that side is phenomenal because then it has a long distance to travel, which is exactly what we want to see. So our strat here is to hopefully force out an electro dragon so we can lightning on it and win the game. Not really what we wanted, but we'll take it. Still a ton of damage. We bash the Barbaril and we kill the Inferno Dragon to the point that it can't really respond. So you always have to identify like, okay, what are the cards in his deck? What do I need to save? AKA the Mega Minion. What are the potential plays that he could throw down on defense? If he goes in for an Electro Dragon or an Inferno Dragon, I'm okay lightning both of those because it's still going to be a generous trade for me and I won't lose the game. Also, the Inferno Dragon's out of cycle. If he had an Inferno Dragon, I couldn't Giant here, but because he has Electro Dragon, I feel like this is way better of a play. Maybe it's still a bad play because I still have more stuff stacked up. Yeah, still not like the best. Gonna maybe take tower though, so that's kind of what we're going for here. That's all I really care about. Then we're gonna go in for a Mega Minion off to the side, and we should be able to divide and conquer. Hopefully. Mega Minion's able to swipe one more time and take it. The bowler hitting my tower, seriously? That's insane. All right, we're gonna go Lumberjack here. And we kind of want to just let the Electro Dragon do its thing because it doesn't really matter. With 19 seconds remaining, all we have to do is keep up the pressure because then this guy is dead. He's going to have to go take our tower, and I don't think that's possible. If we Mega Minion and Lightning on the balloon, he should be cooked. We just need one Mega Minion hit, and the Lightning should allow us to just rage and kill it. So I identified a lot of like spots where I knew that I could defend. I just try to keep up the pressure so the bro didn't have enough offense to pummel us. And if I cycled that Mega Minion on offense and decided to go for a rage zap early, I would have gotten decimated to a degree that I can't even describe. Balloon would have bashed me and I would have had no way to counter. We got a game against a king, and he's a silent legend, but I'm not silent. I'm gonna be screaming every time I see Cannoneer. That sucks, man. That's so rough. Hand here is the best way of killing beatdown decks like Giant. So our best way to win is cycle our Mega Minion in the back right and hope he goes like Electro Dragon or something so we can lightning everything. You know, I still think this is a suitable lightning target, so we're able to do enough damage to kill the Night Witch bats with our Mega Minion and then like not worry about the Goblin Giant hurting me. So even though I traded without taking damage, I do think that the bro is in an advantageous position. I need to zap that! Stop killing my Lumberjack! No, don't do it! I thought that would work. I thought my Lumberjack would die before he would get the value. And that just feels abysmal. I feel like my heart just sank, and my chances of winning definitely sank there too. Oh, come on, dude! There's no universe! He literally has one of the hardest counters I could ever imagine. Fisherman guards recruits into a Prince Giant Lightning deck. My Lightning does nothing in this matchup. This is bad. This is beyond bad. It makes me a little bit sad to even play into this, to be honest. Yes, it is part of the game. You just have to roll with punches and see what you get into, but not a way that we wanted to play at all, obviously. We're trying to Lumberjack here, Evolution, and maybe we can get damage with that, and we're going to go Bomber, and we're just going to try our absolute hardest. You never know, but not looking good for me, bro. Not looking good for me, bro. Mega Minion is going to get countered by minions, too. This guy's a sly sir, at least. No, only one. I think I lose. I think I just actually lose based off matchup here. Oh my goodness. I mean, Cannoneer definitely is like the worst thing to ever play into an existence in the game when you're running a beatdown deck, but it's really bad when they have other supplementary cards like Fishermen and Guards and all these other cards that, you know, you're not used to matching into or probably shouldn't be playing into. We Giant, it's probably a mistake, so let's go in for a Prince and not make that Giant mistake. We have Evo Zaps, there is that. I kind of hope that he goes and spams a lot of stuff into us and does annoying stuff that we can kill. Go do this, go Bomber, and let's go for a Rage when the next wave of bats spawn. Should be good on defense here, actually.
This is fine.
Believe it or not, this might be okay if we can just get a really good zap on a Fisherman. Or like Lumberjack. I mean, this isn't bad. Yo. Watch me cook. Watch me cook. Lumberjack will cook that tower. Okay, we're gonna have to Prince on defense. We might have him. I don't know. I really don't know how this is gonna go. I'm clenching so hard right now. Please let me beat this despicable matchup. Let's freaking go. Okay, if he lightning me last second, I was just gonna cry. I thought I was gonna die. I literally just didn't know what to think because we saw guards with royal recruits and a fisherman with cannoneer. Like, I don't know what other counter the guy could have up his sleeve. Maybe he was like totally trolling me at the last second. My heart was racing. I can't hide that from you guys. I was really scared. Love bashing unbelievably annoying matchups. I'm still a little bit shell-shocked that we were able to win that game against someone that had guards and royal recruits to stop our prince, and then our lightning kind of did nothing in that game. And then also on top of that, he ended up having cannoneer to damage down our beatdown push and our giant a bit faster than the fisherman could pull our giant. It just, you know, felt like a roller coaster that I just never wanted to ride on. And yeah, it's just not a theme park adventure that we were hoping to have happen. Dude is going to be running, I think he's going to have giant counters with like Mighty Miner and Cannon probably. This is going to be a fast cycle deck for sure. All right, let's go bomber in the back and make sure that we never leak elixir. I think I've said this before, but the #1 killer for players that are trying to learn how to play the game is like not spending their elixir and reaching 10 and then leaking elixir, because that's elixir that you have wasted. Ooh, can we get one bomber shot on that? No, not quite. If we had zap, we might have been able to kill it. I think he's just going to defend, so it's fine. It's okay for me. Maybe. The prince will kill the firecracker? Question mark? Guess not. All right, let's just go lumberjack on this. Eventually the firecracker will die. I think everyone in the game, me and my homies all hate firecracker. Especially when you have to like zap and rage to kill it and spend a lot of elixir. This is one of those matchups that we want to be defending the hog riders with cards that are cost effective, but we don't really have cost effective counters to hog. Like most of the time it's going to be a prince, which is going to be a negative trade, and it also doesn't full counter. Wait, is there any way? Is there any universe where he goes skeletons and we just zap them? Okay. Okay, say less game. Wait, I played that really well. I think this prince might hurt him. That was one of the best zaps I've ever had. We disrupted the dark, or not the dark prince. We disrupted the doctor. And we also, I think, killed skeletons with that zap. That might have been the best zap of my life. Not really, but one of my best zaps that I've hit in a long, long time here. So since we have the Goblinstein baited out from our opponent, we might be able to get a lightning out of him. Like a good lightning value. If we can hit the tower and also hit the cannon and then the doctor, it's generally worth. I think we're just going to run it and see if it gets damaged. It might be silly. Yeah, it's a little bit silly. A little bit silly and stupid. We're going to bomber off to the side because we know he's going to firecracker. We just don't want that to hurt me. Firecracker can't hurt me anymore. Oh, we did? It splashed on my tower. I thought I dropped it in the correct spot. I guess not. Peak brain rot. It happens. Really good zap. And then, you know, zapping my brain as well sometimes, I guess. All right, so he's going to expect me to go in. I'm not. I'm just going to go and cycle the giant. Oh, I'm leaking. We're lagging. I don't know what the heck happened there. Wait, really good lightning value? Nope. Maybe yes. Oh my gosh. The dumbest play possible worked. That should never happen. Oh, that was awesome. I wish I had hit the rage on the firecracker too. It would be even better value. So I'm not playing this my best, but it is what it is. We might have to lightning on defense, to be honest. All this stuff stacking up on us. Actually, cook it. Let's cook. Lightning cycle, baby. Lightning cycle. If that lumberjack hits the tower at all, he just loses too. It's beautiful to see how stupidly like strong this is. All I have to do is just somehow defend and then cycle back to another lightning. I think I got him. All right, we're gonna just rage on defense and then lightning and win. Lightning does like enough for sure. We win. Wow. You can just lightning cycle, not even have to break through with giants. I'm learning a lot about this deck as we play more and more, and I love watching the stock value of Evolved Lumberjack Giant Lightning soar. As long as you're capable of defending with Lumberjacks, Princes, and Evolved Zaps, sometimes you can just Lightning Cycle to end the game. Deceptively, it does a ton of damage at 462 to towers. And with an extremely large radius, it can typically capture opponent's units, making it worth it.
Game over, he's saying. Well done, guys.
Lance the like button, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.